べばした木山うぐいすの森包みが炊きただひれの一の鳥うねよ山下ささべ甲府大時は大美容金口
We'll launch a stealth nuclear warhead at JD.
I thought you couldn't control the nuke with GW.
We can't. We've taken over their guns and heavy weapons, but the WMDs are still under JD's control. That's where Rex comes in. I know where to find nukes they don't control. Vamp, how long until Rex is ready?
All that's left is the final check. We've identified JD's location through GW, an abandoned 20th century satellite orbit, disguised as debris.
A clever place to hide.
Satellite orbit.
With a stealth nuke, there's no need to worry about the Patriots intercepting it. By the time they realize what's happening, it'll all be over.
Once JD, the core AI is destroyed, GW's priority will rise to 1, and all the systems under JD's control will then be ours to command. Now go, prepare our haven.
Yes, boss. What the devil is this?
The video feed from the Mark II cuts off here.
Haven. Yeah. Drebin was saying something about that.
In the beginning, the Patriot system was controlled by 4 AIs, with JD at the top. One of those AIs was GW. The Patriots thought it had been destroyed, but Liquid was able to use it as cover to slip inside the system.
GW. I heard that name before.
Yeah. GW was one of the Patriot Cell AIs. It was installed on Arsenal gear. Emma's worm should have put it permanently out of commission. But Liquid somehow recovered and repaired it. I'm guessing JD must be unable to recognize GW, even though it's inside the Patriot system. It's a blind spot. GW was written off as lost while it was still tied in. Using it let Liquid interfere with the AI from the inside. He made contact under the guise of Big Boss's genetic code. Even the AI threat detection system was fooled.
Haven on the network. Free from oversight by the Patriots' AIs.
It all makes sense now. That's why they made Arsenal go berserk 5 years ago. GW was on board.
Where is this Haven? Where is their base?
Don't worry. Mei Ling is using the position of the Mark II's last transmission to predict the course of Liquid's ship. It's only a matter of time before we find him.
But that's not all Liquid said. Something about Rex being ready.
Rex. Shadow Moses. It's Campbell.
The U.S. military systems are all in Liquid's hands now. The regional systems have all been shut down. Guns are falling silent across the Earth. It's the first total ceasefire in human history.
How's the White House responding? The public.
The president has yet to make an official announcement. But the media is starting to pick up on it.
The information's gonna be controlled anyway.
Not this time. The war economy is ground to a complete halt. It's tough to play down a crisis of these proportions. War economy-related stocks are already going into a free fall.
They must be shitting themselves at the White House right about now.
In any case, America had better sleep soundly while she still can. Liquid's insurrection is about to begin. The first thing he'll do is try to destroy the system the Patriots built to control the U.S.
He's already taken the system.
No. Supreme authority still resides with JD, which the Patriots still command. Which is why Liquid plans to launch a nuclear strike on JD in its orbit.
But Liquid only controls SOP, and SOP only controls guns and small firearms. Unless he gains supreme authority, Liquid can't use America's nukes and ballistic missiles. So how's he gonna launch this strike?
Good question. The U.S. converted its nuclear arsenal to reliable replacement warheads 2 years ago.
RRWs.
Yes. The core of the RRWs is now completely ID controlled by the SOP system. You'd need supreme authority from JD itself to control them, and they can be shut down remotely in case of an emergency.
All the old nukes were pulled out of service when they deployed the replacements.
If Liquid can't use the nukes, then... then what's his plan?
That's it. He's going to use Rex.
What?
Rex was scrapped before the Sons of the Patriot system was implemented.
No shit, man.
Of course. Railgun.
Indeed. Rex's railgun can launch a stealth nuclear warhead in...
This fucking guy knew the whole time. Was he waiting for Snake and Otacon to say? Indeed. Colonel, what the hell, man? He's just toying with them this whole time.
The space unconstrained by the system. In short, it's the only device they have that is able to launch a nuke. Liquid's going to use it to kill JD and deliver the coup de grace to the Patriots' reign.
You know, he knows that Shadow Moses is a big deal, you know, and he doesn't want to spoil it straight away, you know. They need the big build-up. And, you know, Roy just wants to tell a good story here.
Campbell, where's Rex now?
I think you know. A long-forgotten base in U.S. territory outside the Patriots' control.
Look at this fucking guy teasing us.
The place where Liquid made his debut. His monument. Off the Alaskan coast.
Oh shit!
Fox Archipelago.
Shadow Moses Island.
If Liquid destroys JD and his GW assumes total control over the system, he'll have the world at his fingertips. And no one will be able to stop him. Not even the Patriots. You are the only ones who can save us now. Snake, I'm counting on you. Defeat Liquid and put an end to his insurrection.
Enough is enough, Snake. You can't take any more of this.
I'm not dead yet.
That's not what I mean. You can't beat Liquid. He's got the Patriots' own control system on his side. Not only are weapons useless, but the US military is in shambles. And even if it weren't, Liquid's got enough men and machines to match it. Things can't get any worse. Face it, Snake. We've lost.
Stop being a bitch, Otacon!
Otacon.
We never stood a chance.
It's not about winning or losing. I know we started this. And it's our duty to finish it. Sonny.
No! Jack can't go. He's not ready yet. He needs to rest.
Let me go, Sonny.
No. Your dialysis isn't done yet.
Snake. He's not ready yet.
Snake. I'll be fine. From now on, I'm living my life by my own will.
Rotten.
I won't live a proxy life. A slave to someone else's will.
I'm a shadow. One that no light will shine on. As long as you follow me, you'll never see the day.
You and I are both just pawns in this proxy war. But once this is over, we will have our freedom.
Rotten.
I'll release you. It's the only way I'll ever be free.
Rotten. 5 years ago. That's not what I meant.
I've got nothing to lose.
Don't be an got someone to protect.
It was never going to work out for me. It even rained the day I was born.
You got it all wrong. You were the lightning in that rain. You can still shine through the darkness.
The lightning.
Raiden, look at me. Do you see this? I have no future. In a few months, I'm going to be a weapon of mass destruction. You have a family.
I have no family. I have nothing. I have always been alone. Always.
Raiden.
Don't leave me here. Alone.
This is my fight. My destiny.
Dr. Emmerich?
Mei Ling.
I got the results back. It's official. He's on Shadow Moses Island. We lost Metal Gear Mark II's signal along the way, but the ship was headed in the direction of Shadow Moses. This is a picture of the island taken by a civilian imagery satellite. The sea line is rising due to global warming. Have you heard that the entire Fox archipelago is about to slip into the ocean? The surrounding islands have already been evacuated.
Liquid's arrival there can only mean one thing.
He is going to use Rex.
That's how it looks from here. All the Metal Gears after Rex were embedded with system IDs.
Then what about Rex? What did Washington do with it?
The nuclear disposal facility on Shadow Moses hasn't been touched since the incident.
That was 9 years ago.
The president of ArmsTech and the DARPA chief were killed, and the Secretary of Defense was arrested. By the time the Shadow Moses incident was over, there wasn't a single person left there who knew what took place. It was as if nothing had ever happened. The data was either falsified or erased, so no traces would be left behind. We were exiled to desk jobs for the same reason. Rex and the nuke should still be where they were 9 years ago. Untouched.
A forsaken island. A haven.
Well, I'd say it's more like a forgotten island. And it's sinking too.
I thought I'd never go back.
It'll take me a while to get there, but I'll be backing you up from aboard the Missouri. She's the only ship in the fleet still able to move, since it was decommissioned before the system was put in place. And Hawaii's not that far away. Otacon, you're not wearing your glasses anymore.
Oh, yeah, I switched to contacts.
We rendezvous at Shadow Moses. He who submits to heaven shall live. He who defies heaven shall perish.
I have to atone for my past, too. Rex is a beast, born from my research. Let's go. Shadow Moses awaits.
Listen to this guy. He's loving it. Otacon secretly loves all this stuff. It's just like his Japanese animes. He gets to say his big dramatic, melodramatic line. He loves it. Shadow Moses awaits. There we go. There's the Act 4 briefing. It's something, alright. What did they do to my boy? My poor boy. Oh shit! Yeah, we're forgot about this. Oh boy. It really is like stepping outside into the fresh air after that. Inside that suffocating plane. A surveillance camera. This isn't MGS4 asswipe. I'm surprised that stuck as a meme. It was just something some guy said to me once during an MGS4 stream when I got to this section.
What was that noise?
You know, I feel like people probably said similar shit
Whose footprints are these?
during other playthroughs. Like, hey, I don't remember this.
What was that noise?
I guess it's kind of emphatic.
Whose
The
footprints
whole.
are these?
I guess it's short and emphatic.
What was that noise? Huh? Whose footprints are these? What was that noise? Whose footprints are these? Who's that?
Oh. Clao. Ya Dio men. Clao. Did you just hear me sing that without any fucking game audio? Oh my god. Okay, well, that must have been funny in its own right. Okay, right, hold on, I'll fix this. This should be an easy fix. You can't feel too bad about missing some of the scene.
Snake, are you all right?
Yeah, I just slipped a little. Have to hurry. Not much time left.
Meet the Mark III. It's our last replacement, so try not to break it.
It's already broken, Otacon.
I don't see anybody around, but there are unmanned sentries patrolling the area. Be careful out there.
That's genuinely one of my favorite moments in this game.
The heliport is to the west of there.
You know, when everything is so dire and all these characters are falling apart and we're just trudging to the finish line. It's such a perfect little detail. They bring back another mini Metal Gear, the Mark III, and your introduction to it is it's just lying flat, face down in the snow. Meet the Mark III. Try not to break it, and it already looks like it's broken. So here we are. Shadow Moses awaits. We're back. DRK should turn that into one of his bit alerts. Of me singing? Yes, my my Seaman song. My rendition of the Seaman song. Maybe I should record myself singing the whole song. And like try to learn the lyrics properly. I think we could have a masterpiece on our hands. If I do say so myself. Oh, what's... Or I could sing the English trans... What if I sang the English translation? Hold on. Let me look up the lyrics here. What if I sing the translation, but in the same voice? With the same melody. Oh my god. How have I never thought of this before? No, I don't think I can do this off the cuff. I don't think I can do this on the fly. No, I don't think I can. I'm not sure if it's possible to even do. These are the lyrics, by the way. If you ever wanted to know what the lyrics mean, what the translation is. Hold on 1 second. The original is in Hebrew, and the English is closing my eyes to the sound of gunfire, uttering a howl. In a flash, I am switched into despair. Everything for the one who lives inside a nightmare. Missing you from the bottom of my heart. Wishing for the world that ran out of tears. My heart is already dead. The hope. Missing you so much it hurts. Suitably depressing. Yeah. Oh yeah, Donna Burke also recorded an English version of this, didn't she? I'm just seeing that come up here. I should listen to that. Her one has a slightly different translation. I've got to close my eyes from the howling roar of guns, screaming. Then suddenly, I'm thrown into despair. Oh, such despair! I'm giving everything to the souls in this nightmare. I'm missing you from the depths of all my heart, aching for a world empty of war and bitter tears, hearts so dead. I'm cold from the pain of missing you. Oh, the pain. No, I think I'll stick to singing the Hebrew version. Sorry if you were hoping for an English rendition of it. I really got your hopes up there, I'm sure. Did someone donate? Hold on. Oh! Hold on, we don't have time for this right now. Music time.
I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska now.
Hi, Dean. What's a Russian gunship doing here?
Wow, he must be crazy to fly Hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself.
What's wrong? Is there something wrong with my accent, Solid Snake? My name is Mei Ling. Wow. Cool. It's an honor to speak to the legendary Solid Snake. Cool, man. I'll talk to you later, Snake.
Like the front hangar door is open.
Just like old times.
I would never stay with you.
Overhead view. Just like old times. Now you're talking. Overhead view. That's more like it.
Corvin with the $5 to kill Meryl. Thank you very much. Super Mario with the 4 months as well. Thank you. Tacos with the 102. And I think I'm up to date. Yeah, if you point the camera up like this, you get the overhead view call back. Pretty, that's a pretty cryptic one, or pretty well hidden. I mean, they reveal that it's a thing in the Integral podcast, but aside from that, you know, like actually stumbling across this Easter egg naturally on a first playthrough, I'd say the odds are slim. Like, who is going to do this to try and recreate the top-down view? It doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really feel like a proper overhead view. Maybe if it actually felt like the original game's overhead view, people would have done it. I don't know. It's interesting in the MGS1 flashback scene. There's no SOCOM in the back of the truck like there should be. And then when we get to this new version of Shadow Moses, we get it underneath the truck. It's just kind of a weird little detail. Alright, let's go upstairs.
Look, there's the tank hangar. It sure brings back memories, doesn't it? I know it's all ancient history by now, but do you remember how you snuck into the hangar last time? I seem to remember the front hangar door being shut back then because of a blizzard just like this one.
Yeah, there's 2 ducts that lead inside. An upper and a lower one. I picked one and used it to sneak in.
Well, now you've got 3 ways to get in. Lucky you. Big Boss's body has fallen into Liquid's clutches. We can't let him get his hands on Rex, too. We have to get to the underground escape route where Rex is stored before they do. I'm setting your radar to point towards the target. Check it if you need to get your bearings. Shadow Moses is an uninhabited ruin now. There aren't any human soldiers stationed here, but I am picking up unmanned machines. Judging by their signature, they're probably a part of Liquid's army. I know you're getting pretty used to fighting them by now, but don't let your guard down. The Gecko appear to be designed for high mobility, even in cramped urban environments like this one.
Yeah, you're telling me.
The leg's main drive uses artificial muscle tissue, genetically engineered from the cloned ES cells of ungulate embryos. This gives them quick response times and a high output-to-weight ratio. Basically, the Gecko have the legs of a star athlete. That's what makes them so agile. But it's also their weak point. Those things may have an amazingly high output, but they're also deployed in limited indoor search and destroy operations. So there's a limit to how heavy they can make the frames. Otherwise, they'd drop right through the floor. To keep its weight down, the Gecko's defensive armor is concentrated on the head, where the central computer is housed. The legs aren't defenseless, but by comparison, they're a pretty soft target. In other words,
Targeting their legs should at least slow them down, right?
Exactly. Keep it in mind. It could save your life.
Let me go reheat these leftovers. Ooh, leftovers. Ooh. Doesn't that make you sick? Ooh. Leftovers. I really don't think I need this ration, but I'm gonna go down and get it anyway. Yeah, I knew I didn't need it. Same knocking sound on the glass. Wow. Okay. 5 out of 10.
Snake, as I'm sure you're aware, Shadow Moses Island is an extremely harsh environment. Staying out there in that raging blizzard will take a severe toll on your psyche. More than ever before, the success of this mission depends on you taking the proper measures to maintain your psyche. Don't forget that. Hello, Snake.
What do you have for me, Rose?
Your psyche is in excellent condition. Everything looks good to go.
Great, thanks.
Snake, your psych gauge is affected by the conditions you're in. Staying in a place that's too hot or too cold, or being exposed to combat conditions for extended periods, causes stress to build up in your body and mind. The more tension you've accumulated, the more your psych gauge decreases. As the gauge decreases, it starts to negatively affect your performance. Your hands start to shake, and your life gauge recovers more slowly. Vision gets blurry, and you can't make out your targets. All of these things impair your ability to complete the mission. So be sure and keep an eye on your psych gauge at all times.
I was just what I was laughing at there was just Crow's lol emote. Because I'm assuming he was reacting to my very brief Snake impression. I wasn't even sure if that got through the mic. I wasn't sure if you heard that. But then I saw the Crow probably heard it, and then it just made me laugh. Hold on, let's I think we have another call to do with Otacon.
It looks like they haven't deployed any security at the heliport. But that doesn't mean there won't be any later on. Stay alert. It looks like they haven't deployed any security at the heliport. But that doesn't mean there won't be any later on. Stay alert.
Okay, I think we're up to date.
Keep going.
Snake. This is McDonald Miller. Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about
I never used to impersonate old Snake at all. I think I only started doing it in this playthrough, or maybe the last playthrough. It might not sound too much like old Snake, but it's amusing to me. Hey, what are you doing up here in these top ducts? You should be down below in the bottom duct. Well, I guess we can't take that one, so they have to put them up here.
Taking the duct, eh? Still remember where the exit is?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Way I remember it, these ducts aren't that complicated. And my old friends are still here to show me the way. I won't get lost.
Friends?
Friends. Little furry ones.
Little furry?
Never mind.
You wouldn't understand, Otacon. You wouldn't get it. You weren't there. Little furry? Are you talking about your balls, Snake? Vibin'. Let's see. Let's play some tunes, shall we? We do not have the tank hanger theme, I don't think. But we do have warhead storage. We'll have to do. If we don't hurry, it'll be the last we see.
Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake? The legendary Solid Snake? You?
Don't worry. You'll land back on the back feet. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Where are you?
Where I... Yeah?
I really like what they do here with the lasers. You know, this is the room with the lasers in MGS1, and here they still have the lasers, but they're reworked. It's not just the exact same. We have the gecko imitating them. Nope. Sorry. I draw the line there.
Aim for the legs. Knock the gecko over.
I didn't mean to get spotted.
Hey, Snake. Isn't this where you went toe-to-toe with Raven and his tank? Tell me again, how did you take that thing down, anyway?
How? Well, grenades.
That's it? You didn't use an anti-tank missile or something?
Didn't have one.
Your technique is kind of... how do I put this? Archaic when it comes to fighting tanks. Honestly, I don't think it'd work on today's main battle tanks.
Well, that's how I did it. What do you want me to say?
You know, I asked an active duty army officer once, if an infantryman had to take on a tank one-on-one, how should he do it?
And what was his answer?
Don't. He swore there's no way in hell a single infantryman could take down a tank by himself.
Huh. Interesting.
I always suspected there was a little something crazy about you, Snake. But hearing that story, now I know it. You're nuts. Single-handedly taking out a tank? That's crazy. You're insane.
Otacon, is this
The
your
music.
idea of a compliment?
Yes. You're the toughest, craziest, most hardcore badass on the planet. You're the shit.
When the sad music just started to kick in as he called them insane, that was kind of funny. You're insane. You know, it was like it changed the tone of it. It was like Otacon was actually upset there for a second. Or at least the mood of the scene was supposed to be sad. No, Snake is insane. You're the most hardcore badass on the planet. You're the shit. Oh. Oh no. Snake is the shit. Oh. No. Sorry, I think I'm starting to go insane now. This is what happens during these marathons sometimes. You know, when you're eating and sleeping and MGSing and repeating for 5 days straight, you just kind of go a little crazy sometimes. Okay. What are we doing? Another ration up here that we don't need. Another item location that mirrors MGS1. Something that you don't really see when we play the game, because on Extreme you don't get rations like this, but on normal difficulty you'd find one there. I love this rendition of the theme. MGS2's ending theme. So nice. Naruhiko Hibino, man. What a legend.
I don't see any enemies around here. Okay, we'll go through the door all the way at the back.
Otacon, last time around we had a few complications and wound up going through the commander's office in the basement.
That's right. I remember now. But there's no need to go all the way down there this time, right? The back door takes us straight where we need to go.
Good point.
Okay then, let's get to the back door.
hold on. There's a nice little touch here. If you take out your solid eye, go into night vision, we can see that there are other footprints here, apart from ours. And you might recognize some of these footprints from Act 2. Naomi's footprints return. So, a little bit of foreshadowing here. Little hint that Naomi might be here. Up ahead. The other footprints are vamps. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Speaking of Naomi. Fuck you. Lock my guns now. How do you like this? How do you like these plutonium leaks?
Huh? Snake, that door is locked.
How do I open it?
Security is shut down altogether. You can't release the lock without activating it. You'll have to log in somewhere. I've got it, Snake. My old office is close by. With the power on, you should be able to unlock the door from there. And if you check the facility records, we can find out Rex's status and who's been in and out. You remember where it is, Snake?
I'm not senile yet.
Just to be safe, I'm marking it on your map. You old geezer. Snake, the password is 48273. Think you can remember that?
I told you, I'm not senile yet.
48273. Don't forget it, chat.
Snake, I've checked the APU on this floor and engaged the generator. Energy output is low, but it should be enough to power the elevator. Try the elevator and see if it's working.
Alright, are you guys ready for some 60 FPS?
Okay, first go down the central hallway. Don't worry, it's not electrified anymore.
We're dropping a couple of frames there, but we're kind of 60 FPS. So smooth, so silky.
Everything looks exactly like I remember it. Except for that wall way in back, anyway. I still can't believe how much damage you caused in such a small space.
The switchboard. Nailed it with a remote control missile to shut down the electric current in the floor. The guidance system in those things takes up so much space, it hardly leaves any room for explosives.
Didn't make much of a bang, huh?
Hardly. Switchboard's still intact.
You're right. The wiring past the switch circuits could still be live.
Wait a minute. I'm not gonna get shocked if I walk on this floor, am I?
No need to worry. As long as you don't turn the current back on.
We'll see about that. Maybe we can turn that current back on.
This brings back memories. My colleagues and I used to work in these cubicles. We were all brilliant engineers, the best of the best. And we were close, too, like family. We used to play pranks on each other all the time. Like, on this one girl's birthday, we stuffed her cubicle completely full of balloons. Or this other guy who got married, when he came back from his honeymoon, he found his workstation had been hollowed out and its guts replaced with jelly beans.
Sounds like a blast.
It was. But all that time, my colleagues and I, we were building wrecks. Here we are, messing around in our cubicles all day like giddy grad students, and what do we end up with? A weapon of mass destruction. It's not exactly the sort of thing you can look back on and laugh, is it?
You obsess over the past too much. It's a bad habit. Come on, I need directions here. That's your job, right? To support me.
Yeah, you're right. You can count on me. We're partners after all.
Good to have you with me, partner.
It's good to be here, Snake.
Aww. Aww. Adorable. Adorable. His workstation's been hollowed out and replaced with jelly beans. Island. Island. Anything else to say here, Otacon?
Just a little farther to my lab. Go to the south end of the central hallway, turn east, and head straight towards it. Just a little farther to my lab.
Okay, okay. Jelly beans. Pretty nice looking, this room. Look at all this old tech. These big chunky monitors. Izanimus with the 120 months. 10 years. That's the 10-year mark. Damn, man. Thank you. Ten whole years. Look at this. If you were here during the MGS1 playthrough, you saw me pointing out the statue during MGS1. Look at the difference. This behemoth of a thing in comparison to that tiny little thing. Meryl, what are these holes in the wall for?
I remember this place. After you beat the cyborg ninja, I came out into the hallway and all I saw was a sea of blood. The air was filled with a sickly, sweet smell. I remember thinking, this must be what hell is like. My mind couldn't even process what I was seeing at first. Anyway, Keep following that hallway to the north, and you'll reach my lab.
I want the camera. And I guess I want the Sorrow doll. Huh? What's that? Oh my god. So, just like MGS1, we can find developer ghosts. And if you equip the Sorrow doll, it's a lot easier to find them, because you don't need to take a picture to find them. It'll just show up if you have the Sorrow doll equipped. Along with the camera, of course. But you don't need to take a picture. Another cool detail here. If you remember in MGS1, someone enters Otacon's lab before you during this scene. Grey Fox, of course. This is where you have the Grey Fox boss fight. And he breaks into the room. And this is how he does it. He slashes through the control panel here. Breaks through. In MGS1, you don't get this detail where you can actually see the slice mark from the sword. Nice little addition. Hold on one second. Nahambi with the Prime sub, thank you very much. And Frankie Spanky, thank you for the 2 months. And I think I thanked everyone else. Azanimist again with that big 10-year resub. Tacos, did I thank you earlier for your 102? Another massive resub. Tacos for dinner. Thank you for the 102 months. Alright.
Hold on. I want to check security.
Snake, that password I told you before, you remember it, right? Because I completely forgot. Can you punch it in for me? It's a 5-digit number. Nice job. At least your memory hasn't gone bad. This version is totally obsolete. It's gonna take a little work. This is the room where we first met, huh?
Yep.
It's not conjuring up any unpleasant memories, is it? I was being attacked by Frank Yeager.
Yeah, I remember.
If you hadn't shown up when you did, gives me the shivers just thinking about it. Snake, you saved my life.
Naomi hated them for what they did to Frank's body. But it was me that crippled him in the first place. She must have hated me too.
We shouldn't have been so trusting. I blame myself, too. I helped develop Rex. That's why it was so easy for me to believe her feelings were genuine. But she was only using us to atone for her sins.
So what? What did she do to us?
You forgot already? She betrayed you. She stole your blood.
If that was all, it should have been over and done with in South America. Why'd she join us afterward?
Well,
She has us come rescue her, and then she turns around and goes straight back to Liquid. Why would she do that?
I don't know, Snake. But it looks like she's still with him.
What?
I just had a look at the security access logs. As I thought, there's people coming and going at frequent intervals. In fact, the record shows some recent activity. Look at this. It's an image taken a few hours ago by a surveillance camera up ahead.
Naomi.
And Vamp.
The Beauty and the Beast.
They've been through here. And from what we've gleaned from the security records, it can only mean one thing. They're headed for Rex's old underground hangar. I finished rebooting security and released the locks. The door on the first floor ought to open for you now.
Amazing. Almost makes me nostalgic for the days when you needed a key card for every door.
Yep. It's been 9 years. All you really have to do is reinterpret the old technology in terms of the new. Getting old isn't all that bad, you know. Let's get going, Snake.
I finished unlocking
All right.
the door on the first floor. It should open now.
Hold on a second. No. We can get another couple of ghosts in here. Kojima's ghost in the same place as MGS1. Looking like some kind of zombie. And we even get character ghosts as well. Look at Kenneth Baker over here. What are you doing over here, Baker? Even the characters have become ghosts now. Another one of my favorite little moments, as I always say, in that scene. That moment where Snake looks over to the locker and has that sad little smile to himself. A little tiny little moment of joy reflecting on Otacon pissing himself. Looks really nice, this room.
The door on the first floor is unlocked now. You can go through any time. The door on the first floor is unlocked now.
What's up, Snake?
Got an update for me?
I'm impressed, Snake. You're keeping your psych up better than I expected. Maybe you were right about not needing my help. Snake, you should be careful about how much weight you're carrying. I'm sure a big, strong guy like you can carry a considerable amount of gear, but the stress of lugging heavy loads around can have a negative effect on your mental state, causing your psych gauge to go down.
But you never know what kind of equipment I'll need handy.
I'm not saying you shouldn't ever carry a lot of gear. I'm just saying it has its drawbacks. That's all.
Did I take Otacon's noodles there? I wish I could take his PS1, but it's gone. In MGS1, Otacon has a PS1 here, but now it's nowhere to be seen. Maybe it was one of those things that he brought with him from the base. Maybe he went back to the lab to grab it before he left the base. In Twin Snakes, it's a GameCube that's there, yeah. The poster is also referencing Twin Snakes as well, right? In the original game, you have the Police Nauts poster, like this. And you have another Police Nauts poster over here. But here, we have two posters. We have the Police Nauts poster, and then we see that it's covered up by the Zone of the Enders poster. And I think the Zone of the Enders poster is also in Twin Snakes, right? Or there's something else there. I can't remember. I've only played Twin Snakes a few times.
Gecko! We've got Gecko!
Let me take out my new fancy Mark III. Does the description say anything different? Same form and functions as the Mark II, the most recent unit produced by Otacon and Sunny. That's it, okay.
Snake, it's blocking the hallway leading to the elevator. You'll have to do something before you can get to the first floor. Okay! Nice, Snake!
Boom! Really nice little detail here. Remember what Otacon was saying earlier about turning the power back on? Well, it turns out you actually can turn the power back on if you use the Mark II, or the Mark III rather. Look at the frost on the Mark III as well. Wait, hold on. I have to get into the proper gamer position here. Get on the ground. Get on my back. There we go. There we go. Will Snake, does he track it when he's on the ground? I don't think he can. Normally his head will track the Mark II or the Mark III, but I guess not when he's on his back. Really detailed, the controller as well. If you look at it, you can see he's using a PS3 controller. And then he just snaps out of it. Sorry, I hate to put you through this, Snake, but I have to. No, there is no death by electrocution call. I remember testing it before. Although now you're making me second guess myself, and I'm tempted to try it again. But no, I'm like 90% sure it's not a thing.
Okay, Snake. Take the stairs down and go to the north door. I'll open it for you with the Mark III. Defenseless while working on the door. You'll have to distract the gecko so they don't spot it.
What does Rose say if you call her here?
Another ambush?
Not exactly. Things are just a little sticky right now. I need to distract the enemy's attention until the Mark III gets the door open.
Listen, Snake. Overwhelming fear can lead to careless mistakes. The important thing here is to remain calm. Keep a clear mind.
Oh, God.
Anybody can pull this off. It's you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, thanks.
The Mark III has to stay near the door until I've opened it. And it can't use stealth camo. It's only a matter of time before the gecko find it.
No stealth. So what? I thought it didn't work on the Gecko anyway.
It's true. Stealth doesn't do much against the Gecko's sensor suit. But it's better than nothing. Compared to full visibility, the probability of detection is slightly lower.
So, if it's even a little bit better being invisible than not, why turn off the stealth?
Why? Because I have to use the Mark III's manipulator to open the door, that's why.
I don't get it.
Once the Mark III activates its stealth camo, the entire machine becomes transparent, including the manipulator.
Yeah? So?
How easy do you think it would be for you to eat a meal, clean your gun, if you couldn't see your own hands?
Ah, I got it.
Look, Snake, it doesn't take a genius to figure out the Mark III's not gonna survive a run-in with those Gecko. Don't let them get close to it until I've opened the door.
Okay, no problem. I'm on it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Explains why you can't mask it later on as well in Act 5. That should be the first video that I upload to my YouTube channel. Rose advises Snake on how to deal with the Gecko. And then my second video should be Rose advises Snake on how to deal with Laughing Octopus. No. That would ruin it. Just Rose advises Snake on how to deal with the Gecko in Shadow Moses. And then that's the only video I ever upload. And I just leave it at that. That would be perfect. I don't think that's even making a sound. There we go.
Look at the Gecko. See the milliwave radar antenna up top? And the intercepting shot launcher on the upper part of its leg? That's the active defense system. Knock out the sensor, and you should be able to disable it. Aim for the antenna. Buy us some time so the Mark III can open the door.
Rose, any more advice?
Do you need something?
Up for a quick psychoanalysis.
buy us some time.
Oh, no!
Okay, Snake, it's open now.
I can't see. I can't remember the last time I did that section like that, where I just try and stealth it for the whole thing. Usually I just kill him in a couple of shots and then it's over. So yeah, I just wanted to do it like that for a change, and I couldn't remember if you could trigger multiple calls during it if you did stealth it. So yeah, I just wanted to test some stuff there.
Comm towers. This is where you fought Liquid's Hind D.
That was a tough scrape.
But you still managed to shoot down his gunship. Up till then, I'd heard that even with a man-pads, going one-on-one against an attack chopper was an act of suicide. I thought only Hollywood action stars did that kind of thing, but you made it look easy.
I just told you, it wasn't that easy.
Really? But you were all like, oh, I had to take out that helicopter. Real cool, like it was nothing.
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's get going. We've got a long way to go to Rex's hangar.
Yeah, you're right, Snake.
I really like this one. Really makes you reflect on how different Snake was as a character in MGS1. The action hero one-liners. And Snake doesn't want to dwell on that, on the person he used to be. Quickly brushes it under the rug. go.
Otacon. She seems to know exactly where I am, even in this damn whiteout. What the hell is going on?
Infrared, maybe? No, you're wearing octo camo. It wouldn't be able to read you. Snake, do you see a pattern in her attacks? Anything that gives you a hint?
Right. Now that I think about it, her attacks have been coming from downwind.
Which means...
Damn. She can smell me.
Amazing. Tracking you in this wind. Just by your scent?
A St. Bernard can find and rescue a lost hiker in the middle of a blizzard in the Alps. If that beast has no olfactory sensor as keen as a dog's, it's not out of the question.
Then what do we do? Octo camo doesn't do anything to mask your scent.
All I can do is try and guess where that thing's going to be. Try to move downwind.
Can you do it?
Either I do, or I don't.
Okay then. Good luck, Snake.
Okay. Let's get some octo camo first. I'm gonna put on the face camo on as much camo as I can get for this fight. We'll fight her normally. We won't go for the cheese strat. I mean, unless I get sick of her shit, then maybe I'll resort to the cheese. But we'll try and do it normally. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Man. You'll have to explain. She is there! Okay, God, I thought I was imagining the sound. Jesus Christ. I couldn't tell if it was her or if it was just a sound, part of the sound design. Why am I taking out smokes and stuns like I'm about to cheese her? No cheese. Yeah. You bitch. Don't even think about it. You really got to be careful with night vision because the night vision makes sound. And it's very easy to attract the attention of the frogs if you abuse your night vision. And the frogs are constantly moving around and they constantly respawn as well. So yeah, it requires a lot of patience if you want to do this normally without getting alerts while patiently dealing with the frogs. In the cutscene, Wolf turns on her thermal imaging and Snake shows up hot when he shouldn't be because his octo camo is supposed to mask his heat signature. And then Otacon says the same thing in the codec call. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't think I ever paid attention to that before, Mr. Man. Okay, she is over there somewhere. Now let's carefully go over here. Oh, hello. caution. Rose, some expert psychological analysis would be really great right about now.
The beast is crying. In psychology, crying is thought of as a way to freely express and release feelings. That beast cries and cries without stopping. There must be some immense sadness in her, the stress of which is tormenting her mentally and physically. Crying is the only way she can deal with it.
Oh, I see. So she's really sad about something. And it's not making her feel very good. This sadness. Ah! I really need to experiment with explosives more in this fight. You fucking son of a bitch. Ah! I meant to roll there. It's okay, I'll just equip a ration. I'm gonna get smacked here though. Oh, wow, I was able to roll in time. Got her with the grenade. They give you enough time to barrel roll out of the way there when she knocks you over to the ground. That's what I usually do there, but I stood up by mistake and I still had enough time to roll away. I'm gonna risk it here. I'm probably gonna get caught by this frog. Wow. Fucking frogs. Oh! Oh! Right, let's equip a ration. Really tests your patience. Oh, you fucking bitch! Right, I'm just gonna go in front of this tree. Fuck that tree. Ah! More frogs. Metal Gear God. I always lose my patience with this fight, doing it normally. I never respect the frogs like I should, and I'll often get an alert here when I try to do this fight normally. Okay, 2 more shots it's gonna take. Get out of the way. Oh! I had to deal with the handshake there. The syringe wasn't doing shit there while I was in a standing position.
I hear them. I hear the cries. The cries of babies. Stop it! Stop crying! Please! Please stop crying! Go away. Don't come any closer. I'm sorry. I was so scared. Forgive me. I'm sorry. You can cry if you want to. Cry if you need to. I don't need tears anymore. I've cried myself dry. will be there to listen.
Hold on a second. The solar gun is near the top. How much juice do I have? Ah. Okay, how far can I go away before you stand up? Pretty far.
Sunlight!
Yo, Snake, I finished laundering that rail gun you picked up just now. Knock yourself out. It's on the house.
Thanks.
Time for another bedtime story, Snake. This one's about crying wolf. You don't need me to tell you there's whole nations in Africa tearing themselves apart in the name of ethnic cleansing. Well, she was born into that environment. When she was a little girl, her village was attacked by rival armed factions. Her parents and siblings were slaughtered, and she was left a refugee. She took her last surviving relative, her baby brother, and ran as far as she could away from the war zone. One day, they came across an enemy unit, so she took her brother and hid in an abandoned shack. And then her brother started to cry. She knew that if the soldiers heard the noise, they would find them and kill them both. So she wrapped her hand as tight as she could around his mouth. As the footsteps gradually went away, she came back to her senses. Her brother wasn't crying anymore. Horrified, she pulled her hand away, covered in sweat and spit. He wasn't breathing. They say wolves eat their own pups when they die. She was spotted wandering through the thick of battle, carrying her dead brother in her arms. She had visions, too. A wolf walking alongside her. Every night, the wolf would howl and cry, just like her brother did that day. Eventually, she made it to a government-run refugee camp. But by then, her brother's body had rotted away. The camp was crowded with refugees like herself, and little children like her brother. Day and night, she was tormented by the cries of babies. The wolf that followed her heard her sorrowful screams and answered. He made his way around the camp, and one by one, he silenced the children. She tried to stop it, but she was powerless to stop the wolf. A few days passed, and on the eve of the enemy's raid, there wasn't a child left. The adults who survived were torn up pretty bad. Of course, there was never any wolf in that camp. She was the one who killed those babies. But she couldn't bring herself to admit it. She couldn't bear the thought of herself going from one baby to the next, howling like a wolf, snuffing out their little lives. And she never did, even as Crying Wolf, a lonely beast forever stalking the battlefield. Snake, fighting with you made Wolf finally accept what she'd done. She was cleansed by you. If the cries she heard of children on the battlefield have been silenced, it's because of you. You ought to be proud. 3 down, 1 to go. All that's left is Mantis. But you should know, Snake, she's been controlling all the other beasts. She's the beast of beasts. Don't let her get her hooks in you.
I won't.
See you around, Snake.
Is that where 7 dead babies came from? Not consciously, I don't think.
Welcome home, Wolf.
I came up with some extra lore for Drebin. Well, I was thinking about some extra lore for Drebin. You know how Drebin is the real mastermind behind it all, and, you know, he was the one who killed those babies, and he was the one who ate those babies. And the idea is that, you know, Drebin floats down from the sky after Mantis to reveal that he is the true puppet master. But what if Drebin is the person... Because, you know, we find out that the persona of Psycho Mantis was implanted inside Screaming Mantis. But who was the implanter? Who was it who implanted this persona? Well, I think we know who it was. Drebin. So maybe we could turn Drebin into some kind of doctor. It was a complex procedure, Snake. How do you think one goes about implanting a persona? It's not exactly an easy process, I'll have you know. I was the one who implanted that persona. I was the one who ate your persona!
Come on, fly!
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I only came up with that idea during this playthrough. I was mulling it over. Grabbing the persona implanter. Going around implanting personas in people. So he can control them. I don't really want to listen to Meryl's flashbacks here. I guess I'll pick up these anesthetics. Just pick them up! Thank you.
Snake! What was she fighting for? What am I fighting for? What are you fighting for?
If we make it through this, I'll tell you.
Okay. I'll be searching too.
Hear that, Snake?
Yeah. The wolf dogs.
Her family. It must be tough for them in this environment with all the people gone.
Wolf dogs aren't like other dogs. They're closer to wolves in nature. Happier living in the wild than being kept as pets. Even more so now that they're guarding the grave of a loved one.
You sure about that?
Trust me. I used to live with dogs just like these. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, if you say so.
Snake?
Oh, Rose. It's you.
I'm glad to see you're safe. You're not hurt too seriously, are you?
No. I'll live.
I was listening in on the B&B's stories, too. It's heartbreaking.
Those things happen every day on the battlefield. But you're right. They're never easy to hear.
They've all suffered such unimaginable trauma. Hearing the cries of phantom infants in your head, facing flashbacks to uncontrollable rage. These are textbook clinical cases for us counselors.
PTSD, right?
Absolutely. I can't believe anybody would coerce them into entering battle in their state.
Just goes to show how much faith Liquid has in their combat abilities.
That's no excuse. No CSP member, no one with even a shred of conscience for that matter, would ever treat another human being like that.
Conscience? Liquid? Listen, lady.
It's more than just a matter of conscience. Without the proper treatment, their symptoms will worsen, eventually leaving them unfit for combat entirely. And that can't be good for their commanding officer.
Maybe not, but it suits me just fine.
Snake!
Look, maybe it sounds callous to you, but that's how things are out here. We're talking about survival.
Well, yes, but...
I know what you're trying to say, and your heart's in the right place.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm sorry I lashed out like that.
Forget about it.
Snake, there's only one of those things left. Stay focused. The end is in sight.
I'll be careful.
Yeah, this is David Hayter doing the voice. I don't think they edited his voice in any way. And yeah, he said that he did like cause permanent